जन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Radhe, Jaya Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Shri Radhe, Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Shri Radhe, Jaya Gaurangi Bangaloreshwar, Gaurangi Bangaloreshwar, Gaurangi Jaya Jagannatha Baladevai Subhadramai Jaya Sudarshana Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Ananta Dev Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Ananta Dev Jaya Nitai Chaitanya Jaya Nitai Chaitanya Nitai Chaitanya Jaya Nitai Chaitanya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवादिकतारी अष्टोत्तर शत अभय चरणारविंद ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शील प्रभुपाद की जय ISKCON संस्थापक आचार्य बीबीटी फाउंडर आचार्य सेवियर ऑफ द होल वर्ल्ड जगत गुरु शील प्रभुपाद की जय जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवादिकतारी अष्टोत्तर शत सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय श्री गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी की जय श्री विनोद ठाकुर की जय श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी ईशत गोस्वामी वृंद श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ सट गोस्वामी वृंद की जय आनंद कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर जी की जय प्रेम से कहिए जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय गंगा माई की जय यमुना माई की जय भक्ति तुलसी महारानी की जय श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय शिव ब्रज क्षेत्र वृंदावन धाम की जय श्री मायापुर धाम की जय अयोध्या धाम की जय श्री द्वारकापुरी धाम की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज हरे कृष्णा ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज हरे कृष्णा ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज ऑल ग्लोरीज टू प्रभुपाद की Hare Krishna. So, welcome all devotees for this Tuesday class on Srimad Bhagavatam. And today we are going to read the verse number 15 from Canto 4, Chapter 14. And the title of the chapter is The Story of King Vena. तो ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठुकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवतम की जय। So today we are going to read Canto 4, chapter 14, text number 15. I'm going to take it on the screen. धर्म आचरितः पुंसां वानमनः काय बुद्धिः भीः लोकान् विशोकान् वितरत्य अथानन्त्यम् अन्त्यम् असङ्गिनाम्। धर्म आचरिता पुंसां वानमनः काय बुद्धिभिः लोकान् विशोकान् वितरत्य अथा अथानन्त्यम् असङ्गिनाम्। धर्म आचरित पुंसां वानमनः काय बुद्धिभिः लोकान् विशोकान् वितरत्य अथानन्त्यम् असङ्गिनाम्। Synonyms, translation and purport by Krishna Kripamurti by Charanarvind A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Synonyms: Dharma, religious principles. Acharitah, executed. Punsam, two persons. Vak, by words. Manah, mind. Kaya, body. Buddhivihi, and by intelligence. Lokan, the planet. Vishokan, without misery. Vitrati, bestow. Atha, certainly. Anantyam, unlimited happiness. Liberation. Asanginam, those free from material influence. Translation: those who live according to religious principles and who follow them by words, mind, body, and intelligence are elevated to the heavenly kingdom, which is devoid of all miseries. Being thus rid of the material influence, they achieve unlimited happiness in life. The saintly sages herein instruct that the king or head of government should set an example by living a religious life. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, religion means worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should not simply make a show of religious life, but should perform devotional service perfectly with words, mind, body, and good intelligence. By doing so, not only will the king or government head rid himself of the contamination of the material modes of nature, but the general public will also, and they will all become gradually elevated to the kingdom of God, go back home to Godhead. The instructions given herein serve as a summary of how the head of government should execute his ruling power and thus attain happiness not only in this life but also in life after death. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण पादाय कृष्ण कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणी। Hare Krishna. So welcome all devotees for today's Bhagavatam class. Srimad Bhagavatam is a very nectarian scripture, and it was written by Srila Vyasadeva on the inspiration of Narad Muni at the ripe age. So after creating all the scriptures, when he was not satisfied, then Narad Muni appeared in front of him, and then when he was meditating, that time Narad Muni appears, and then he gives reason. Vyasudeva inquires, what is the reason why I am not happy and satisfied after compiling so many scriptures? Then Narad Muni gives his own story as well as tells him, spiritual master is able to read the everything what's going on in the mind of the disciple. And accordingly, he gives the opinion that whatever you have described so far is mostly for the maintaining the body, or the karma kand or jnana kand, etc., but uh, not the glories of the Lord. Not only the glories of the Lord, but his devotees. So put together, since you have not described sufficiently, so because of that, you are not happy and satisfied. And in this, the context of this whole story right now going is the story of King Vena. So uh, before that, we read the pastime of Dhruva Maharaj, a pure devotee of the Lord who attained the supreme perfection and went to the Vaikuntha. After that, Vidur asked what happened, what did the Prachetas tell about during the sacrificial arena, the Prachetas, what Narad Muni described, what all pastimes he describes, then he says, goes on to bring the dynasty of the descendants of Dhruv Maharaj. And in that, we see that Dhruv Maharaj left for Vaikuntha, and Utkala, his son, uh, did not accept the throne. So then Vatsara, the second son, was given this responsibility to rule the kingdom, and then he ruled for some time, and then thereafter the descendants are described. And in the lineage, we come to the stage of King Anga. So Anga Maharaj had performed once the Ashwamedha Yajna. or sacrifice. And that time, the Brahmanas were giving the oblations, but the demigods were not accepting the oblations. So when everything was right, all right, the sages told that whatever we are offering, the quality of the contents, ingredients, paraphernalia, everything is perfect. But still, the demigods are not accepting. And after that, the king inquires, what sin did I commit that the demigods are not accepting? Then the sages say that, O king, you everything is all right, but looks like in this life you have not done any sinful activity, but in the previous life there seems to be some activities which were sinful in nature. And since you don't have son, so you should directly call upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and when He comes, then all demigods will also be coming, and then they will accept the everything, whatever you are offering. So then he performs that, and the person with golden body appears, and he brings a pot, and in that there was a payasam, and then his wife Sunita, she takes the payasam of the king offers to her, and then the son was born, whose name is King Vena. And then Vena was a very irreligious boy, and he was to that extent very cruel and very, very demoniac in nature, because he received those qualities from his maternal side, because her grandfather from the maternal side was called uh, pure adharma. So because of the mrityu. So because of that, he was so much of having cruelty in his temperament, and to the extent that he used to kill deer in a uh, very, very cruel manner, and then he will leave them just like that. And similarly, when during the playing with his own friends, he would kill them. So to that extent, he was so cruel and notorious that King Anga started thinking that what is the use of having a son? Now that I um, must leave this place, and those who are then he starts thinking that those who do not have son, they must be very happy, because they must have done something very good in karmas in their past life, so that they don't have a bad son like this. So he starts repenting, but at the same time, on a second thought, he thinks that it's always also a good opportunity for me to get detachment from this material world. And then one fine night, he leaves home, and then he leaves for forest, and then suddenly the sages and the people of the kingdom find that the king is not there. Then they start discussing that what to do in this situation. So they consult Sunita, Mother Sunita, and with that consultation, they make King Vena as king of the kingdom. And immediately when Vane was, because why they did so? Because they did not want the kingdom, the subjects to be unprotected, and they thought that King Vane will mature and will leave all his bad habits, but actually it didn't stop. And therefore, the he started even doing more. I mean, he started stopping all the yagyas, everything, whatever he became the personification of the every irreligious activity. And because of that, the sages again assembled, and then they thought that what to do in this. So they decide to persuade King Vane to do good things, to inspire him, pacify him with sweet words, and they start speaking to him. That by the last shloka says, "Dear king, we have come to give you good advice." So they are here to give good advice. What is the good for the kingdom? What is good for the king? All of you. And kindly hear with great attention. By doing so, the duration of your life, your opulence, strength, and reputation will improve. So now from today's verse, they are starting their advice to King Vane. And first one is the Dharma Acharita Punsa. So those who live according to religious principles. Religious principles are established by by Krishna himself, and they are given in the scriptures or Guru Sadhu Shastras. We can find those religious principles, and who follow them by words, mind, body, and intelligence. So religious principles have to be practiced by all manasa, vacha, karmana. So words, mind, body, and intelligence, also by buddhi also. And then the will elevate to the heavenly kingdom. Otherwise, there will be a downfall. The Not only the king, but also the subjects of that kingdom. Because Bhagavad Gita says, Yad Yad Acharati Shrestho, like those who are in the power or positions, or the people who are commanding respect of others, then if whatever they do, the same is followed by others, those who depend on them. So they are role models. So if the king is cruel and all those with demoniac qualities, obviously the entire citizens of that particular state will also be attracted towards demoniac activities. So Prabhupada writes, the saintly sages herein instruct the king, the head of the government should set an example by living a religious life. So a king is supposed to be the Raja Rishi. He should be knowing all the good principles of the religion, and at the same time, he should be following also. And if he doesn't know, then he should be taking the advice of the rishis, sages of the society. Uh, what kind of dharma? Because it talks about the dharma, what it means is the Bhagavad Gita also starts from dharma, dharma kshetre kurukshetra, where the uh, religious principles are practiced in completely. That is what the place was, dharma kshetra, and that is why the Dhritarashtra was also confident that his side, the Kauravas, will win, because this particular place is also a religious place. And what is our? There are two types of religion. One is the constitutional religion, which is our primary duty. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, the verse comes, Save Punsa Paro Dharmo Yato Bhaktir Adokshaje Anhetuki Apratihata Yayatma Su Sidati. So what kind of religion we should follow, which can Parodharma. Parodharma means topmost religion is what? For all the humanity is to do the loving devotional service unto the transcendental Lord, the Adokshaja. Adokshaja means the Supreme Personality of Lord. So the devotional service to the Lord is the supreme occupation duty, our dharma. And what kind of activities they should be? Ahetuki. There should not be any motivation to do so. Means pure loving devotional service, not by any motivation, in expectation, uh, nothing. Like the gopis of Vrindavan, or Nanda Maharaj, or Yashoda Mata. They do without any motivation. They without any expectation from Krishna. They love unconditionally, and for how long? Uninterrupted, completely. So if that also, there should not be any break every time. So constantly remembering Krishna was the occupation of the gopis. When Krishna was out for forest, out in the forest, taking the cows, still the gopis will think of Krishna only. By evening, they will wait for Krishna desperately, so that all the time they can remember him only. So then what will happen? That will satisfy the soul. That is our constitutional duty. It is the topmost religion. And the other religion, what we call is the Varnashram Dharma, our mimetic duties. So in that, we do the our whatever daily mimetic daily activities, what we are supposed to, like Varnashrama, based on our Varna and Ashrama, we will perform. So there is a ashrama for brahmacharya ashram. So that is the time when someone is supposed to be studying, taking the knowledge of the Supreme, and charity, like celibacy. All those things are just thereafter. Comes the grihasthashram. So the grihasthas are supposed to earn money and maintain the remaining three ashrams: brahmacharya ashram, vanaprastha ashram, and the sannyas ashram. Similarly, there are duties of vanaprastha ashram. You're getting detached to the again to the society as well as the family life. And fourth one will be the sannyas ashram, where you will be completely working for the society, totally detached from everything. So that is the time when the knowledge has to be distributed to supreme knowledge has to be distributed to the people of the society. Similarly, the four varnas are also there: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudras. They also have their specified duties. And Brahmana's duty is to show the path, direction of the scriptures. And they are the ones who are the head of the institution. They should be only directing the path of religion to the not only to the king, but also within the family and within the society. So they should be taking the lead, and their idea is only to take the path of this going back to Godhead. So that's why the Kshatriyas were mostly depending on the Brahmanas. And Prabhupada also wanted the Brahmanas to be protected, because if the Brahmanas are protected, then our direction will be correct. Then only we can progress towards the achieving our real purpose of the human life. Otherwise, we'll be misdirected, like in the Kalo Shudra. Everybody is Shudra, but the with the sanskaras bhavate dvija, with the initiation or the sanskara, when we come into contact with the spiritual master, then we become dvij, second birth. And then with uh, Veda Adhyan, with the reading of the scriptures, become Vipra, and then by following the regulative principles and the holy name, chanting the holy name, we become Vaishnava. So this is the progressive stages of our human life, and because of that, it is very important to is the dharma, which is our constitutional duty. Then only we can be happy and satisfied. Now, coming to the topic here it also talks about words, mind, body, and intelligence. So, how we can come to the mode of goodness? Now, by following the varnashrama dharma, one is progressively moving towards the detachment as well as the mode of goodness. Uh, Mode of goodness is essential to practice the religion. Otherwise, mode of passion and mode of ignorance will be leading to the sinful life, because kamesha, krodhesha, rajoguna, samudva. All that lust and anger comes from the rajoguna. And because of that, we need to come to the mode of goodness to practice devotional service, to practice and to perfect it. We reach to the Shuddha Sattva. And how we can do that also comes in the 11th chapter, 11th canto. Krishna explains 11.13, verse number 2. So just on the screen, this also talks about the dharma. Krishna is talking to Uddhava, and सद सत्वाद धर्मो भवेद वृद्धात पुंसो मद भक्ति लक्षण सात्विकोपासया सत्वं ततो धर्म प्रवर्तते. Now what it means is, when the living entity becomes strongly situated in the mode of goodness, then the religious principles characterized by the devotional service to me become prominent. One can strengthen the mode of goodness by cultivation of those things which are already situated in goodness, and thus religious principles arise. So religious principles, for bringing the religious principles up, we need to come into the mode of goodness, and mode of goodness will lead to religious principles will lead to practicing religious principles, will lead to mode of goodness. All both are interdependent. So Prabhupada writes, since the three modes of material nature are constantly in conflict, vying for supremacy, how is it possible that the mode of goodness can subdue the mode of passion and ignorance? So we cannot do it artificially. So Lord Krishna here explains how one can strongly be fixed in the mode of goodness, which automatically gives rise to religious principle. Important, right? In the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna elaborately explains the things that are in goodness, passion, and ignorance. Thus, by choosing food, attitudes, work, recreation, etc., strictly in the mode of goodness, one will become situated in that. The usefulness of Sattva Guna or the mode of goodness is that it produces religious principles aimed at and characterized by devotional service to Lord Krishna. Without such devotional service to the Lord, the mode of goodness is considered useless and merely another aspect of materialism. So this is also very important. Without performing any devotional service to the Lord, the mode of goodness is considered useless, because so many people also get up early in the morning. That's one of the way of uh, situating yourself in the mode of goodness. Same, they will like good music. Everything will be poetical. All those sorts of things they will do. They will do some yoga, meditation, all those things. But if they are not having any devotion or loving service to the Lord, then that is also used and another material illusion only. The word vridhat or strengthened increase indicates clearly that one should come to the platform of Vishuddha Sattva or purified goodness. The word vridhat indicates growth, and growth should not be stopped until full maturity is reached. The full maturity of goodness is called Vishuddha Sattva, or the transcendental platform on which there is no trace of any other quality. In pure goodness, all knowledge automatically manifests, and one can easily understand one's eternal loving relationship with Krishna. This is the actual meaning and purpose of dharma or religious principle. So we have to transcend to the Vishuddha Sattva. Vishuddha Sattva will come, like there is an example. See, at the end, we just read this also, and then I'll give you the example. Srila Madhvacharya points out in this regard that an increase in the mode of goodness strengthens religious principles, and the unvigorated execution of religious principles strengthens the mode of vice versa. So that means mode of goodness strengthens religious principles, and unvigorated execution of religious principles strengthens the mode of goodness. In that way, one can advance higher and higher in the mode of spiritual happiness. So happiness will be uh, rising and rising, and that happens in Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam. In the spiritual world, this is what happens. And now, how we can how we can know that what is Vishuddha Sattva? Suppose we are going to the airport and we have to take a flight. So someone in the mode of ignorance will continue to sleep. Get he will not wake up, not even awake. So he is surely going to miss out the flight. But the person in the mode of passion, we call a cab, board the cab. Maybe he is on the way and he reaches to the airport in the at the gate. So he is in the mode of passion. He also misses the flight. He is unable to reach on time. Second is Third is the mode of goodness. So what he does, he is clears the security. He reaches up to the boarding gate, but suddenly he boards the flight. And the fifth one, once you board the flight, obviously you are going to take off. So at the time of takeoff, that activity is known as Vishuddha Sattva. We reach to that transcend. We transcend to that platform wherein we are sure of reaching to the destination. The Tamoguni person, he doesn't leave his home, so he's sure to miss. Second is the person who delays, but then suddenly he books a cab and reaches up to the airport. He is in the mode of passion. He also misses the flight. But the person who reaches up to the gate is on the mode of goodness. He boards the flight, and then the flight will take him to the Shuddha Sattoguna, which is the final destination of our, which is going back to Godhead. So how we can change our like how we can situate in ourselves in the mode of goodness. So Bhagavad Gita talks about the modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance. And Krishna describes that what kind of food we take, what kind of sacrifices we perform, what kind of austerities we do, and what kind of charities we do, donations. Based on that, these are the these are the uh, various modes which will work, and among them, knowing that what the result is, what is the shreyas for us, we are supposed to perform, keep our lifestyle in such a manner that we are situating ourselves in the mode of goodness. We increase the, like Bhagavad Gita says, that higher taste. By developing the higher taste, we, by associating with the scriptures, the associating with the people who are in the uh, sadhu sangha, with the associating with the people who are situated higher in the knowledge, or who have firm faith in the scriptures, Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, then we can bring those qualities within ourselves. We can develop those qualities. So in Bhagavad Gita, in the 17th chapter, these qualities are described. I'll just read. Okay. So what we eat is very important, because jaisa khaye anna vaisa hoye man. So the person in the sattvagun will be आयु सत्व बलारोग्यम सुख प्रीति वर्धनः रस्या स्निग्धा स्थिरा हृदया ahara sattvic priya. So what will be tasty, what will be foods dear to those, what is the, what you like, if the foods we like are in the mode of goodness, then what it will do is it will increase the duration of life, purify one's existence, give strength, health, happiness, and satisfaction. Such foods are juicy, fatty, wholesome, and pleasing to the heart. Similarly, person in the mode of passion will find the food which are bitter, too sour, salty, hot, pungent, dry, and burning too. So these will cause distress, misery, and disease. And in the tamoguni, food prepared more than 3 hours before being eaten, food that is tasteless, decomposed, and putrid, food consisting of remnants and untouchable things, are dear to the people who are in the mode of darkness. Similarly, the sacrifice, whatever we do, if we are doing it in the sacrifice performed according to the directions of scripture as a matter of duty by those who desire no reward, no, without any expectation, is the sacrifice done in the nature of goodness. But at the same time, some sacrifice which are performed for some material benefit or for the sake of pride are the mode, sacrifice done in the mode of action. And the third one is any sacrifice performed with regard to the direction of scriptures, without distribution of prasadam, without chanting of Vedic hymns and remuneration to the priest, and without having any faith, is more in the mode of ignorance. Similarly, then the austerities of body is what? Deva Dvija Guru Pragyan, Pujanam Shaucham Arjavam, Brahmacharyam Ahimsa Cha Shariram Tapa Uchyate. So, person whose body consists, austerity of body consists of worship of the Supreme Lord, Brahmana, spiritual master, and superiors like father and mother, and in cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, and non-violence. And the uh, austerity of speech would be anudvega karam vakyam satyam priyam hitam chayat swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva vangmaya tapochyate. So austerity of speech would be to speaking words which are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and not irritating the others, and regularly reciting the Vedic literature. These are the austerity of mind would be mana prasada saumyatvam maunam atma vinigraha bhava sanchuddhir iti tapo manasam uchyate. So the satisfaction, simplicity, gravity, self-control, purification of one's existence are the austerities of mind. If we are all doing, even the charity also is to be given with the sense of duty, then that is in the mode of goodness. So all these are making it the they will lead to the satogun, and once satogun is increased, automatically the tamogun and rajogun, the mode of passion and mode of ignorance, will reduce because they are all competing with each other. So what we need to do is, with the association, with chanting of the holy name, we have to bring ourselves in the mode of goodness. And once the mode of goodness is there, we can see things as they are, and we are not influenced by the other modes, and we can really attain the unlimited happiness, which is our objective of this life. So in this connection, even the sadhu doesn't is not afraid of anything, and he is always very very um, straightforward. So in this connection, Prabhupada once met once he tried to meet Indira Gandhi, but that time suddenly the Bangladesh president was assassinated, so Indira Gandhi didn't meet him. But Prabhupada gave a charter for the politicians, of the leaders of the uh, country, to adopt Krishna consciousness in such a way that Prabhupada gave a 10-point charter to Prime Minister Indira Gandhi that time, that every parliamentarian should be reading Bhagavad Gita daily. Similarly, the parliament should begin with the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So all these things Prabhupada wanted our MPs and our legislators to be demonstrating those qualities which are purely in Satoguna, so that the Praja also goes back to Godhead. Because the king is supposed to be the as good as is in our tradition. A king is also treated as uh, having avatar of Vishnu. He is treated similar to Vishnu because he is the one who is protector of the whole kingdom. Vishnu is the protector of the whole universe. So king is protector of a particular state. So if the if the citizens are happy and satisfied, then obviously they will also be. If the king is with his behavior is leading, setting an example for the citizens, then citizens will also be practicing the religion. This is the understanding of the um, verse. And now the in many shlokas the sages will give the advice, but King Vena because of his demonic nature, he will not accept, and at some point of time, the sages will decide that let us kill him, because otherwise we'll also be in problem if we continue to uh, continue to support this kind of government, then we will also be in trouble. So one at the later stage, we'll see that the uh, the sages will kill King Venu, and thereafter we'll see that Prithu Maharaj. So this is my understanding, and if there is any mistake in my this whatever I heard and from the other senior superiors, I have shared those things. If there is any, everything is whatever good you like, then it is because of the superiors, Vaishnavas, my Guru Maharaj, and whatever which is wrong or maybe technically not correct, that is my own personal mistake. So thank you very much for listening. And if you have any comment, question, we can discuss this meeting. Tantra Srimad Bhagavad. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च